And we're back! Hi guys, welcome to the next part of the Rage Drives video. Now previously I'd left you guys with a little bit of an assignment to do, but of course no one submitted it on time. But here's the answer anyway. I had asked you to try and figure out why the combo that I just showed you on screen was working. Let's watch it again. That's a lot of wall hits. If you remember what we said last time, you're allowed 2 hits before your opponent starts falling down the wall rapidly, which is why most wall combos take this format of 2 hits and then one final very low hitting move in order to maximize on the damage. Now there are multiple methods in Tekken that allow you to push this 2 hit wall limit, and today we're going to talk about Raven. Now Raven has this move, back to 3+4. It's called Spiral Cannon and it operates in a very interesting way. Notice that it's pushing Fakumram upwards instead of forwards like normal moves do. This is a very rare property to possess in a Tekken character these days, and we're going to talk about Raven's Spiral Cannon a bit more today. Now our main focus isn't going to be about its launching properties or how launch punishable it is on block. It's going to be about this weird thing it does at the wall if you can look closely. Okay, that went by too fast. Let's try and slow it down a bit. Did you see that? Right there. Armor King goes up before he's hit against the wall again. This takes us back to the high wall splat we talked about last time. They are infinite and they don't count as part of your wall combo. If we take a look at this low wall splat situation, there's not enough time for Master Raven to get that high wall splat again. Armor King just simply does not get off the ground enough for it to count as a high wall splat. Jack 7 also has a launcher with these similar properties. It lifts up rather than pushing forward like most moves should. This example can help give you a better visual of what's happening during Master Raven's wall combo. The opponent is being hit straight up, it's just that for Master Raven he ends up hitting the wall anyway, but in this case he doesn't. We can use this to give a bit more depth to the high wall splat in the game, in that a high wall splat doesn't need to be so high up, it just has to have their feet not touching the ground at the time. If at any point the opponent is hit during this animation and their feet touch the ground, for example there, that means I've already used one wall hit. So to finally explain what's happening during this wall combo, the first hit of Spiral Cannon is the first wall hit, but the second hit is a high wall splat, it's a free hit. Since we've already used up one wall hit, we can't do the normal wall combo afterwards, we need to adjust it. Now for the sake of those who don't play Raven, I'm going to try and explain her BNB wall combo to you so that it makes a bit more sense when you see it. That worked, yes, but it is possible to maximize the damage on that. There we go, 12 extra free points of damage and all it took was a bit of a timing adjustment. There goes our first wall hit. And here we have a high wall splat, not a wall hit. This is a grounded hit. It scales at 60% and does not add to the wall combo. Our second and last wall hit, and the opponent falls far enough for the last hit to also count as a ground hit. Big damage. Okay, now the Spiral Cannon is out of the way, let's talk about her Rage Drive in a bit. Watch this. Okay, so we've talked about 2 types of attack throws, but basically there's like the really good ones and the really bad ones. The really good ones are the ones that will always work whenever they connect to the opponent, no matter what state they're in, back turned, grounded, whatever. The really bad ones, or maybe just the average ones, will only work in very particular situations, like this one only works on an airborne opponent. Ugh, reeks of low tier. Raven's is somewhere in between because it will not work on a back-turned opponent, she will not transition to the second kick, but other than that it does everything you'd need it to. So Master Raven's Rage Drive is an attack throw. It starts with a knee that's +5 on block, which is very good because it's a 15 frame launcher that's plus on block. This is good for her because the fastest launcher is down for 2, which is 16 frames, so in Rage she gets a 15 frame launch. However, this move in particular has a very bad hitbox for a mid. It goes over so many things, which is weird considering the things it works on, like that follow-up from forward 4 which I showed earlier. That being said, this Rage Drive is technically a launcher with too much pushback to capitalize in. However, this launcher also has extensions. You can input 2 to get a tailspin extension, which is the more common one you will see. This version is the version that most people will use to start combos, to continue combos, etc, etc. It can lead to very big damage if you know what you're doing and if you manipulate the walls very carefully. Damn, almost 100. Now, Master Raven is theoretically a very strong character. She has almost everything you would need, really. However, with the way she works, I don't know if she's been working like this in previous Tekkens as well, but everything you do of hers is very situational and very finicky and prone to dropping at the worst of times, which is why I think most people don't use her. However, you can capitalize on this sort of random factor that she has, and once you do, you get big results for it. Take for example what happens when the rage drive connects on a side axis opponent. It will now work as a full launcher. The second hit of the attack through just won't come out, but you can convert if you're ready, and even the launch itself is very finicky. It needs specific conversions. This character is just a bag of tricks, but I guess that's what makes her fun. Look at what happens when the wall is involved. Like, how is Armor King getting wall splat like that? But it happens. This character is just fantastic like that. And once you learn how to, manipulate all these situations, I guess you have a really cool character to work with. Take a look at some of these combos that Deathbringer has highlighted in his combo video. Just how interesting this character's rage drive can be used. I don't know how well this can be done in a match, if at all, which is why I think it's very rare to see Raven do well in tournaments, but I mean, once you know what you're doing and when to do it, this character can do some fantastic things. The link for the rest of the combo video will be in the description. I highly recommend watching it, but for now let's go back to the combo we were talking about. And for that we need to talk about Forgotten Realm, this stage. Now wall combos in floor break stages have a very particular way of working. When we break the floor with a bound move that flips your opponent, hitting them against the wall will give you another high wall splat situation because their feet are not touching the ground yet. Breaking the floor with a move that does not flip your opponent over does not give you the same high wall splat luxury because their feet are already touching the ground. Just as a by the way, that doesn't mean it's always important to break the floor with a bound move. There are times where it's better to spike your opponent down normally. For example here, that combo didn't carry to the wall quite completely, but if we break the floor strategically, we can be able to get Lily to the wall and get our wall combo. Beautiful. Unless you have specific combos for it, breaking the floor with a bound move in the middle of the stage can make your combos end very awkwardly. Now with all that finally being said, we can come back to the original combo and now fully understand what's going on. High wall splat, free hit, grounded hit. No wall hits took place during that entire rage drive, and we flipped our opponent. High wall splat, both of those hits, no wall hits have been used. Only one wall hit there, and then we finish our combo, and congratulations, 129 damage.